Mr. PK Jain, I was just about to come to that. Changing identity is one thing, but how difficult is it for the investigating agencies to actually nab someone in another state, perhaps thousands of kilometers away, when one even changes their own names with which they are staying perhaps at some particular location? Because how we obtain these ID cards at the end of the day, there appear to be very strong checks and balances, but in this particular case, they managed to evade all of that.
Hi, Madhav. Thank you very much for inviting me here. See, my two distinguished colleagues have told you something about the investigation and how the entire thing has been cracked. Kudos and my sincere gratitude to the NIA that they have cracked a very, very difficult case. Use of the fake identity cards and Hindu identity cards was first noticed when Kasab and company were caught in Mumbai. They were all carrying, wearing a kleva on their hand, and they were carrying Hindu identity cards to show that it was a case of Hindu terrorism. That was one. And so these cards, this posturing that this kind of a thing has been carried out by the Hindus is something which the interested parties would like to project. The second part is now, tracing use of cryptocurrency. Increasingly, cryptocurrency is being used for criminal activities. World over, the gangsters and mafias, now they have started keeping their assets in cryptocurrency because you just simply have to carry a token. In that token, you have all the money which is stacked there. Now, tracking these, the NIA has been persistently on their trail. They got some clue in the beginning. They identified the people. From there, they started tracking them, and fortunately caught them in West Bengal, the way you have already stated. So I think it's a lot of persistent investigation that has to be done by any investigating agency, which in this case NIA has done. NIA has got now a world of information and intelligence on such people. They have been able to prevent a number of other attacks which we don't even know about. In fact, a blast like this happens, and another 999 blasts are probably prevented by the agencies, not only the NIA, but also the state and the central agencies.
All right.
So I would say that it is very persistent work which has been carried out by the NIA, and they have gone to the root. They have been already cracking a number of other modules. All these are modules being sprung up at various times.
Okay.
We had such modules in Maharashtra where till the time they were caught, they were consistently operating, causing blasts here and there, causing deaths, causing damage to property. But once they were caught, they were all
Mr. Jain, I'm just going to interrupt you for a moment. I'm going to request our guest also to stay on with us. Deepak has another update that he's bringing for us, and this is a very interesting image, Deepak, because here we have seen the accused who have actually visited a mosque. It's not just, of course, where all they visited before the incident, but in fact, just after the incident, they visited a mosque. Tell us how this was a turning point as far as the investigation is concerned.
Yes, and some of these images, of course, never seen before, and police, of course, along with the NIA initially started probing it. They wanted to trace where he started moving, and after the blast, he's gone near Hudi, taken a bus, and then gone to a mosque nearby, and after visiting the mosque, there he leaves behind some of his clothes. The police, of course, managed to get hold of a cap here, which was very essential. They went back, traced the make of this cap, where it came from, then located the store. That's where they, of course, got their first leads as to who these individuals are, where they came from, where they were staying. It, of course, helped them, put the pieces together and finally trace the accused from Kolkata. And more importantly, the presence of CCTVs in multiple locations, though you can see them, of course, the bomber in particular, using a face mask wherever he goes. Despite that, they were able to, of course, trace him because they had timestamps in most of the BMTC buses, in some of the CCTV footages around the building, shops that he visited, around the bus stops that he visited.
Very interesting. It is from the clothes that they actually managed to identify through CCTV the actual accused, the terrorist who carried out all of these attacks. Deepak, stay with us. We're going to come back to you as well as our guests. We're going to slip into a very quick break, but we're going to continue to analyze the importance of this entire investigation as detailed in the charge sheet and what really it means in terms of security threats, not just in fact for Bangalore, but perhaps for all of India. Stay tuned.